comes Legos, bricks and toys.
All right, toy fans. So here we go. We've got another AliExpress. Now this is one that I came across. I was like, I love Cyberpunk stuff, and I love that Lumabricks has some really good Cyberpunk stuff. But a lot of their sets, besides for, because I've got the police car, I've got the bus. Love both. The police car I felt was a little overpriced. It's like $35 just for a car. I'm like, that's kind of pricey. But got one. Bus, $40. It's got lights. A little overpriced there, but it's a great build. Both of which are really, really cool. But everything else is, I guess you could say, hell of expensive, right? $119, I think, is the starting price for one of them. And that was like the gallery, not the gallery, it was the apartments. And you had the izakaya at $129. You had the gallery at $139. You had the bus station at $129 or $149. They kind of go up, right? And there's a new police station, but it's still at $99, I think, or maybe it's $119. It's like they're really expensive, and we need something that's small and affordable. Now, I came across this, and I will probably be getting more. This is a company called Brickcool, Cyber Street Corner, KS001. We're going to start the first half of this build. Now, I picked up the coffee shop, but they have an izakaya, like a little ramen shop. That's like, you know what? I should pick that one up. And I believe they have, it's a, also like a med bay. I was like, I should get that one too. Kind of go with the cyber building I have over here. So I was like, you know what? Let's build these. Let's check them out. Let's see how they go. And I've already started with the 2 minifigs. And they're right here. So you've got this lady here. She's got the cool printing on the face. She's got cool printing on the body. Got gold on there. The arms are interesting. They have ball joints. No way. Ball joints. Movable wrist. Legs that kick. Head that turns. And printing all the way around. Again, this guy, a little eyepiece. Ball jointed arms as well. How cool is that? I got to get some more of these sets, honestly. Look at that. Side printing for the leg. He's got mechanical legs. That is so tight. That's super cool. And he's got spine piece. Pretty cool. No printing on the back of the head. But, you know, that's okay. He didn't have to have a lot of emotions. So we got these two. We're going to set them off to the side. They also come with these hands. And we can pull off these hands and they can, you know what, let's try one, right? These will end up going probably in my bucket of parts. Let's give this guy my all famous. I love this one because I use this a lot in my cosplay where I'm like, yeah, the hang loose, right? Like, check it out. Yeah, he's like, hang loose, yo. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And you got a whole bunch of different hands. I am thinking, yeah, I'll be getting more of these. All right, we're going to put those hands and stuff to the sides over there. We're going to open up our book, and we're going to deal only in bag 1 today. Now, as I was going through, and I was looking, I said, hey, let's check this out. And I was like, I wonder how things are. Looks pretty legit pieces. There's pieces that have printing on them. But then you've got a whole bag of printed pieces here. Oh, man. That looks amazing. Looks great. So, let's do this. Let's get one. We'll get a pink one. 1 and 2. Oh, let's put that mohawk over here. And we're going to be building this bag. So we're going to go small parts here. Big parts here. Small parts over here. And there's a lot. And we'll say these are big parts over here. And we'll go small parts over here. So Lots and lots and lots of pieces and parts for step 1. And then I believe we've got several plates. 1 and 2. Is that it? That is it, yeah, because everything else is bag 2 and then lighting. So we've got, let's see, these are 12s, a 6 by 12 and an 8 by 12. So let's go ahead. We've already put our minifigs together. We're going to start right here and we're going to see how this particular shop works. We got 8 and then we've got a 2 by 4. 2 by 4 is going 1, 2 in, and looks like down like this, right? Yep. And then this is attached to this one right here. Okay, and we're gonna press that out. And we got some nice sand green coloring right there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, here we go. We need 2 1x6s. Clock it. 2 1x6. 1. Ooh, uh-oh. I'm gonna check over here and see if there's a 1x6 in here. Oh, man. I might have to dig a little bit more. Now, already out the gate, I have a missing part. So I'm like, oh, that's not good. So let me go back over here to this and let me see if this would have any of those parts in there. Doesn't look like it. Man, that's never a good sign. It's actually, that's kind of bad. Because that is a specific, that is a sand green. And I do not see pull up doors and kind of switch around. I mean, there's not like a lot in here. So technically, it should be in here. But I'm not seeing it. Then after that, we do have those. Yeah. Man, that's upsetting. Already, we've been shorted a sand green plate. Kind of looking through here and make sure I didn't miss anything. And I guess I'm going to go back to the bags just to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Here, give me my bag. I'm going to look through all of these just to make sure I've got all of my plates out of it. Whoops. Well, that's not good. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go digging for some sand green. This is the part that, now this is that area where it's like, okay, when we get this sort of situation, what is the best thing to do? It's like, I could always return it, but returning it, you know, that takes a while. I could always, you know, it's like return it or ask them for a part, or at this point just kind of like search for one. The problem is that specific color, I don't know if I have a sand green or not. That's very upsetting. Kind of looking through sets to see if I have something off the top of my head that would work. Man, that really stinks of it. That really, really stinks of it. I'm guessing this would be buried. So I guess I could use a different color, but I still got to find a 1x6. I got lots of different other plates all over the place. I mean, at this point, just 2 1x3s. I got a blue one here, but that's all bricks. 1x5s. This over here. Alright, we're going to go with blue. I don't want to go with blue, but it looks like I don't really have much of a choice, and that kind of bums me. Really bums me. I'm going to kind of search ahead and see if we're going to see anything. Okay. I'm going to put these on the back, and here's my reason why. It looks like this area up here we might see some of. This area back here, I believe, is going to be covered. So we're going to go 1, 2, except that doesn't strengthen that area up, but it's, at this point, it's whatevs, you know. Gotta, show must go on. Watch it show up in the next bag. Even though I looked, I couldn't find it. So we got 1 2x3, 1 1x2, and 1 2 of these 2x6s. So 1, 2, and then 1 here. Nope. 1 here. That goes here. Okay. Now we need a modified 2x2 tile. A modified 2x2 tile in the sand green. Modified in white. A 2x2 tile, and then a 1x2 tile, and we're going to be going, let's see, modified white, sand green, white, and then a sand green down here. There you go. And that should, I think with every layer we're going to start strengthening things up, right? So we need 2 of these modified 2x2 tiles. We get an L tile, and it looks like a 1x1 plate in sand green. There it is. About to say, if there seems to be another issue where there's more missing parts, I might actually have a crash out. I might not be able to finish this right now. And that's upsetting because the fact that's like, I've been looking forward to this. But I also don't want it, like, if the build is so, and here's my advice for you. If the build becomes too stressful, stop it. You don't have to continue on. And that's something I've told people before. If the build starts becoming, not that, hey, the build's hard, I'm not sure. But if the build becomes stressful, it's better to say, you know what, I'm going to walk away for a little bit. I'll come back to it later and try it again with a little bit clearer head. But honestly, when you're mad, you're not going to be thinking properly. And so oftentimes it's like, hey, when you're mad, leave it alone, walk away, come back to it when you're ready. Doesn't have to be all at once. I know I record these kind of live, not live, but I record them in one session, right? And so, you know, as I'm trying to recover old software and get things up so I can cut, you know, videos like I used to, there's a part of me that's like, hey, I could just come back to it and do it again. I can't, but what I'm giving you is more or less the raw reaction of it, of, yeah, not making me happy, I'm gonna walk away. And there have been a couple builds I've done where it's like, I should have, in all honesty, walked away from it. And it happens to be, surprisingly, the 2 Lux builds that I did, the Mona Lisa and then the Escher piece, just, both of them were just, they were rough builds. They were not as good as you wanted them to be, or as I want them to be. It just, not a very good build. And that really bothered me because I did look at it and think, hey, this is going to be amazing, it's going to be awesome, and it did not turn out to be that way at all. And with that, it put a sour taste in my mouth for what I was getting. I was like, I'm no longer having fun. And when you get to that point where you're not having fun, there's no point in it. Absolutely none whatsoever. Okay, this shows it's a 1x4, so we need one of these. Okay, now they don't have the numbers above the tiles to show what size tiles they are, so you kind of have to count studs below to see how they're lining up. That is, it's a little rough, but it'll all be good. Okay, so these are going 1, 2, 3, 4 out. 2 right there, I believe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And 2x3 out. Yes. Okay. Putting that on the end there. And then we need a 1x6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should have it to where, yep, sits right on that edge. That's what I'm talking about. So with a lot of this, you are counting studs in order to figure out where it's going to be. Nothing wrong with it. Just a thing. That's a fact. That's what we're going to be dealing with here. Now, let's see. Now we need an L plate in this kind of khaki. Another quarter round 2x2. And then a it's not an L plate. I'm not even sure, but it's like a little cut diagonal piece. We're going to put this here. This is going to go here. This goes right on the end. And I'm guessing we're building out the street. It kind of looks like that's kind of the street size or street sort of piece. L plate. Got another one of these corner plates. And then a 1x1 quarter round. So, my 1 quarter round's going here. We've got L plate going here. This is going to fit into there. Press everything down. Some of the clutch feels a little tight on these as well, which is a little odd. Okay, so we should have a 1x6, a 1x3, 1, 2 of these corner tiles, and then 1 of our 1x1 quarter rounds. That's going to go here. This one's going to go right here. It's going to go out this direction. And then we're going to be putting these in. So we're building kind of this really cool textured sort of ground, which I dig. Alright, and where are we putting it? Okay. That's supposed to line up right in here. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Should all line up. Press it down here. Can't wait till I get to a point when I can actually build the city. I can finish the harbor over there behind me. Move the city, kind of do things like that, because this will be going in there in some form or fashion. I like to have those key structures. In a coffee shop, it's definite. You have to have a coffee shop. So many of us drink coffee, and my city has to have a coffee shop. End of story. End of story. I hear nothing else about it. Gotta have coffee. Just gotta do it. Now put that right there. We got another one of our plates. And then we need a 2x2. Now, that should line up here on the bottom, leaving almost a 3x3 space on the end. Check it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And then we're adding our other tile. And then it looks like a 1x4. Say 1x4 because I got 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. Boom. Goes right there on the end. Moving on. Got another one of those round plates. And then we're going to start using those corner L tiles. And then a 1x1 corner round. We're going to place them here. We're going to start building up this section. Kind of like how we built this over here. Doing something very similar over here. We need the corner ones right there. Boom. And boom. And I'm sure this is going to change a little bit because we have areas where we're supposed to have, I think, equipment and stuff out here. So we'll see. We'll see how much of that changes. So we got a 1x3. Got L plates going right there. This should be fitted up to there. This is going to go right in here. So texture-wise, I mean, look at that. That's pretty nice. That's very nice. Okay, so we got a jumper plate. Hey, our first jumper plate. Should make a celebration out of it. So we got a 1x2 jumper, a 1x3 tile, another one of our L cornered plates, and then another 1x1 quarter round right there. And we're going to be building this up over here. So 1, 2, 3. That should go right in here. There we go. And then we need 2 of our 1x6s. 1 and 2. I'm really hoping and praying at this point we don't have any more missing pieces, because that would just be, at this point, an absolute disaster having more missing pieces. Because then it's like, hey, we got all these missing pieces. What's the point? Like, you know, I could have just got this mock on, like, online for $5 and, you know, gone to buy all the bricks. But, I mean, it's still a good kit so far. Just that one missing brick. It's unnerving me. I don't like it. I don't like having the blue there, because now that I know I have it, it's like, if it doesn't get hidden, it's going to stand out for me in a very poor sort of way. But I think that's about as big as it's going to be. Wow. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 studs wide, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 studs deep. So it is almost half of a mill's plate deep, almost a full mill's plate wide. This could easily, though, be something that you pair up with another part of the build and just kind of shoehorn in. So the fact that it's small gives you a little bit of wiggle room for building. So we got a 2x2, 1, 2, clock it, 1 and 2 1x2s, another jumper plate, 1x2 jumper plate, and then we get an L plate. Now, L plate's going right over here, and then we're putting a tile right here. We got jumper here, another tile going right here. This is going 2x2 is going right there. Okay. So far so nice. And we're still building up more floor. Now there's another tile. So I'm going to look in here to see how many of these 2x2 jumpers we have. Okay. So we do have the 2x2 jumpers, but they do have texture on them. It doesn't show texture in the directions, but I'm seeing texture on them, which tells me that it is a, it's not, I mean, it's standard, but it's not our standard. We're getting a different sort of jumper plate, and that's a 2x2 jumper plate. So if you don't know, jumper plate means that where you normally have studs, you have this going between where studs would be. Now you can kind of follow the backwards anti-studded circle on the bottom, and if you have a stud on top, that usually indicates a jumper. It's going to jump you a part of a stud up. Not a full stud, just a part of the stud up. Okay, so we get a 1x1 plate, a 1x1 tile. That's just a regular 1x1 tile here. I'm gonna say I might have to bring this one close to my face. Let me bring it up to me. There it is. Okay, and I'm gonna move this up and over there, making sure there wasn't a plate in there. There's not. Okay, just checking. Just checking. Like, why not? Just to make sure we got what we need. All right, so that we've got one tile going here, and then a plate. Then we've got an L tile going up and across that. Then we've got our jumper plate going down here, and our 1x1 tile going right there. There we go. All right. And for those who are at, like, if you were wondering, I am working on some small build pieces to try to share out for Rebrickable, just so we have like more build stuff. So I am trying to get some stuff together. Trying to decide at this point, like, if I want to charge, how much I want to charge, that sort of thing. But you know, if I get those things up, I will post that somewhere on the channel, so you know where to find it. And my hope is that, you know, you if you want to support channel, always get something out of the shop down below. As a matter of fact, if you have subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications to be alerted if anything comes from me to you. You know, like this video, man, that sort of stuff, it really does help YouTube know that you're liking what I'm making. And I'm hoping that this stuff is reaching yours and helping you become the better budgeteered building person that you want to be, because I'm able to find some of these really cool deals, and when I find them, man, I really want to share them. Share them, let you know. Let you see what can be out there, what's good and what's bad, because I gotta tell you, I've had some that are bad, very bad. As a matter of fact, there's some of those that something about just overhauling and selling for parts at this point, or just ripping them apart and using them for pieces, because it's, some of them are pretty rough. All right, so we got a, oh, looky there, man, looky there, our sand green. Let's see if I can dig this out. Let's see if I can dig that out. Might have to tear it up this way. Oh, that kills me that we got to go backwards like this. But if I could build it the right way. So this was attached. I didn't find it because it was attached to another plate, or it was attached to a tile, I should say. So it was there. It was there. Whole time it was there. At this point, this is the hard part. Like when you're like, hey, I found it. I found the piece that I need, but now I've got to rip all of this flooring up just to get to it. Oh man, I might have to. It's like I don't want to use my knife, but I might actually have to use my knife. I hate using it because I don't want to scratch up the plates. But sometimes when the clutch gets so tight and I can't get to it, and the brick separator's not working, things just aren't working, it's like I don't really have much of a choice. Okay, so we're going to pop that up. Now, we can pop that out. Pop that out. No. Really? Man. I don't care if I scratch up the Zuru Max. There we go. I mean, not Zuru Max is not that I don't like you. It's just I built that piece. I'm done with it. And now it's like I'm kind of moving on to something else. So it's like, I don't actually need or want that. Looky there. Hey, that's back to normal, right? Oh, man. That's okay. That's cool. Okay. Put that over there. Oy vey. Oy vey. We need one by one with a clip. 1, 2 of these 2x2s. 1, 2 of these L plates. And let's put this bad boy together. So we're going to plop that up there. This L plate's going to go right here. This tile's going right down here. We got an L, and then a tile, and then a tile. Look at that. We're finishing up the street. Man, that's going to look great. And this will sit up, so, you know, however we set it up on, like if we do it on Mill's plate, it'll be like a natural curb, which will be kind of nice. Okay. Now we need a 1x4, a 1x3. We do have, it is the same color, but it's a jumper tile, so 1x2 jumper, and then 2, 1 and 2. Where is it? There it is. 1 and 2 of our 1x2 tiles. And I have a feeling we're kind of finishing this stuff up here. So it looks like 1x3 goes here. 1x4. And then the 1x2 on the end. And then 1 and 2 right there. Oh, wow. That's looking nice. Looking very nice. Okay. Let's see. So we are moving now into our new color scheme. So we've got this dark blue 2x2 tile. We've got a 1x3. We've got an inverted 1x1x1x1 bracket. And that looks like some binoculars. So binoculars, these are going to stud into there. This is going over here on this end. There you go. And I guess this goes over here. Maybe right here. Yeah, so I think that sets there. This is supposed to go right here. We'll check it on the next one just to make sure we're where we're at. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we have this, a 2x2 with Technic pins. I should get 1 Technic pin in it. Boom. It's going to go to the outside. And then we've got a, was that a 1x6? Yep. I should go right down here. And then we've got a 1x2. Now this is like a dark, it's almost like a navy blue, which is cool. Though I have found oftentimes our navy blue blocks with kind of off-brand, not the big Lego company off-brand, but off-brand is usually they are a very tight fit. Something about the plastic, but these seem to be pretty standard, pretty good. Okay, so we need a 1x2. We got another inverted 1x1x1x1 bracket. Another set of binoculars. And then a 1x1 round stud, or yeah, it's a round tile with a Technic pin spot on it, if I can find it in here. I know it's in here. I want to say I saw it earlier. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is. And then we've got a 1x1 plate. So, much like the other one, we're going to take this, set it in. That's going to be going right up here. This is going to fit right onto here. That's going to fit onto there. And this should fit right onto here. Now, why we didn't put that on before, I don't know. But, c'est la vie. Which, if you know, you know. If you don't, I'll tell you. It's French for such is life. Okay, so we've got our wheel here. So we've got kind of a water well sort of gas thing. We got 2 blue candlesticks. We're going to stack them right here. Put them on that. And then 2 1x1 plates. So I'm going to stick one more right over there. That's going to fill up this area right there. So now we got 3 plates high. So 3 plates is going to make it... 3 plates will make it as a what do you call it? A brick. And then that goes on the outside. That's going to peek over a little bit. Like on the back there. Hey, you know, build it as is and then we mod it later. So we got 1x4, 1x2, and then 2 1x1 plates. Okay, so we've got 1 plate going here. The other plate's going over here on this bracket. And then that's going to fit right under there. This should fit right between there. Okay, we're going to start building up this wall. That way we can see what we got. Okay, 1 of these 2x2 round bricks. A 1x1x1x1 inverted bracket. Another binocular set. This time this one's going in. That's going to fit onto here, going on the inside. And I'm missing one. Yes, a 1x1 plate, which goes right over here to finish up that brick over there. Okay. Now, 1 and 2 drawers. So we got our 2 drawers. Now our 2 drawers are in that navy, and then we've got the actual cabinet in that kind of coyote brick, and that's going to fit right into there. And they slide out. They don't hold very tight, which I like, because I've had some that are like super tight. You can't actually open them. You're like, come on now. All right. I'm going to open this up. Now we need a 1x4. We need an L brick. A 1x2, and then a 1x1 plate. A 1x1 plate is going exactly where I expected it to go to finish that up over there. Got an L brick going here. 1 going right here. This one is going to be going right here. So we're kind of filling up this space and building it out. I believe this is going to be cabinet work. So we'll have cabinets and then wall, etc. So we do need a panel. So we have a 1x4 by 1 brick tall panel. Hey, finally we got ourselves an average 1x1x1x1 bracket. Goes down, and an inverted bracket, and then another set, two binoculars. Definitely using these as a lot of greeblies, I guess you could say. Greeblies is a term that was used to talk about. It was to show, like, it was a term used to show visual interest on things that were technical looking. So if it was a mechanical piece, it had a lot of greeblies, then that meant that it was technical. Looky there. So we're using these 2 binoculars to create some sort of pipe there. Pretty cool. That's going to go right down here. Press that into place. Done. Moving over to 41. Got a 1x1. Got a 1x2. We do have, let's see, where is it? Should be over here. Wah, 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 wah. Sure, I'm gonna find it. Let's see, 1x2. Just kind of push things around. Let's see in here. Looks like I've got. There it is. Man, some of these, like the sheen on them, the way they're set up, it's like you really got to pay attention. So we're going to be putting this to top off that pipe over there. This is going to go right here on the end. This is going right here on top of this plate. This is going to be filling in this spot over here. And we are continuing to roll along. We got a 1x3, a bracket 1x3, or sorry, 1x1 by 1x1 bracket with another set of binoculars, and a Technic pin goes over here. And the Technic pin's going in here. Ooh, I might have pushed that down too far. I have to kind of see what the next bit of directions are for it, because whoops. Okay, and this is going to be going right here on the end of that. Create some visual interest on the outside there. Pop that there. Here, I'm going to pull this. I'll pull that. Let's push this up a little bit. I don't think it was meant to go down that far. Yeah, I really don't think it was meant to go down that far. It happens. It happens. You're like, whoops. I buried that thing down in there and didn't even know it. Okay, so we got one of these. So that's like a little Technic wheel. We got a 1x1x2 snot brick. And then a 1x2 jumper plate. And then a 1x1x1 inverted bracket. Putting our inverted bracket over here. Technic piece is going right over here. This is going to be going up top here. And I believe this is going to start building up counter space for us. Goes on the outside there. There we go. And now we're dealing with a door. Okay. Check this out. No non-staff allowed. And it's got like a little person. That's fun. Cute. Cute. No non-staff. We're going to be putting a door handle on there. Okay, and this is going to be fitting into here. So let's go ahead. I'll pop that into place. Boom. And nice. Yeah, that feels great. Like a lot of this set so far just feels really good in hand. Build makes sense. Now that I found that little plate that I thought was missing, I'm even more like, dude, this is great. Great set. Okay, so we need a L brick, a 1x1, 2 of these 1x2 jumpers in brown, and then 2 1x2 tiles, 1 and 2. You can see I got sunburnt on my fingers today, so I'm feeling it's interesting. I'm feeling a certain way right now. I'm like, oh, like I'm trying to make sure I don't have sun sickness. I covered myself really well, so I do get if I'm out in the sun too long, and I enjoy being out in nature, but I have to be careful because I have gotten really sick from having too much sun exposure. And so for me, like if I get to a point where I'm out for too long, it's something I gotta think about whenever I do events for my schools and stuff. It's like, hey, when I get a chance to go in, I need to go in. And the thing is I won't want to. Like I'll be like, no, I can stay out there all day long like I used to when I was younger, and that's not always the case anymore. Especially as I've gotten older, I've become less tolerable to it. So it definitely starts to hurt me after a while. Got a 1x3 and then 2 of these 1x2 plates, and then an inverted 1x1x1 bracket. That's going to go over here on top of that. And I have a feeling we're putting another, probably some other probably like maybe some other what I say, like another thing of binoculars on there or something. Okay. So far, so good. Looks nice. Everything's fitting very well. Now that's not good. Because that actually negates those drawers. You're not able to pull the drawers out because of that. Oh. I'm not so sure about that one. Alright, let's go one by one. 1, 2 of our headlight bricks. And then we've got this silver 1x2 tile, grill tile. And that's going to go right here. And then we're going to be building this grill tile right there. Boom, boom. It's going to go on the end of there. Now, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Should be a 12. Is it? 12, yep. 1 by 12. And then a 1 by 6. And then another 1 by 1. We're kind of getting to the end of these bricks, which is great. Okay, so that's going to go here. This should go right up onto here. That's going to fit right into there. Man. Now, it's going to be cramped in there. It's a cramped coffee shop. That's okay. That's okay. We got walk-up space and all that. It's not a very big build. And it doesn't have to be a very big build. But so far, it is a good build. So we got a two 1x6s, a 1x4 headlight brick, and it looks like a red 1x1 stud. That's going here. Our 1x1 stud. Let's see. That's going to go right on the end here. This is going to go right here. That's going to leave 2 spaces open. And then this is going to be fitting on top of that. So 1 and 2. Kind of help strengthen that up a little bit. And yeah. So we need a 1x1, a 1x2, an actual 1x1x1 bracket that's going down, and then guess what? You got another binocular set, right? So we're going to be putting the binocular set on there, this time with the lenses down. That's going to be going right here. Huh. Well, that's kind of weird. It's not wanting to fit. Did I miss something? 1, 2. Huh. Well, here, let's do this. Let's go with our 2x2, our 1x3. Yeah, that doesn't actually want to fit. Oh, I have it on upside down. So I see. Okay. That's going to fit there. That's going to fit onto there. And what's actually cool about this, and I'll kind of show you, is that the binoculars, they will sit one into the other to create almost like little socket pieces. I'm wondering if these are supposed to be the same or if they're wanting to keep it as is. I don't know. From what I could tell, it was just, that's the way that one was. But maybe I'm wrong. Alright, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these are 1x2x2 snot bricks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm sure we're about to line this with a whole bunch of stuff. Now we need a 1x6, a 1x2x2 snot brick in the beige or coyote or whatever, this kind of sand color. Then 1x2s. All right, let's see. That's supposed to go right up to there. Boom. And then this, we've got one by one. This is going to fit onto there. The other one's going to fit right to there, and we're starting to build these walls out. Now, it's not as big as you would think. Now, the base of this, there's a lot to it, but the shop is relatively small. That's okay. Like I said, it's a small corner shop. We wouldn't have all that stuff in there anyways, so it's kind of like we don't necessarily need to see it. Okay, let's go to our next page. Okay, and we've got one by one, two 1 by 1 plates, so a brick, a plate, binoculars, and then a 1 by 1 by 1 inverted bracket. There it is. Okay. Inverted bracket this time has the lenses going up and fitting right into there. Okay. All right. Okay, clock it. I can get behind that. We've got this one plate that goes here. And we've got another plate that goes right here. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, looking good so far. Looking really good. Now we need an L brick, a 1 by 1, and then 1, 2, 3 clear cups. So we got coffee mugs. I guess you could say it's like, what would I really call them, coffee mugs? But I guess, yeah. So we're gonna put these here with the handles out. Oh no! That one fell. That one fell down. It didn't go boom though, it just fell down. And I believe this is gonna be like our little coffee maker area. That kind of worries me as a part of a build, but hopefully we're reinforcing that here in a minute. That would be upsetting if that does not get reinforced. Like, really? But I have a feeling we'll be fine. I put this one on the wrong one, didn't I? I certainly did. That goes here. This one's going to go right up here. Boom, boom. And then this should go right there. All right. So we got a 1 by 4, a 1 by 1, a 1 by 1 snot brick. Not a headlight, but just a snot brick. I don't know what's in here. I've come across it a few times at this point. Alright, let's do this. Let's go snot, snot, snot. Let's see. 1 by 1s. There's nothing on them. Nope. Headlight. 1 by 1s, green. Oh, it's over here. Not it. Not it. Nope, not doing it. Not it. Oh, man. Alright, so at this point we've got a snot, one of these, and one of these. Okay. Alright, and then we'll be on 56. Hey, listen. Like I said, you see my hands kind of red. I'm feeling very sunburned. It's been an hour, so I'm gonna kind of make my draw there, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of do the rest of bag 1 and probably into bag 2, because there's a lot of bag 1. I don't think there's quite as much bag 2, so we'll kind of come back to that. We'll kind of divide up the build a little bit. But this is kind of what we're sitting with right now. We got this door here that pops open. We got these things probably for some sort of awning. We got some really nice like greebly work and stuff in here. Like, this is looking really cool. Now there's area here that pops. I'm not too keen on that, but you know, we could probably set this into another build easily. Do a city block that's mills plated. There's a little bit of plate pull here, but that could always be corrected. All in all, this is looking really cool. I'm digging the look of this quite a bit, so this is pretty cool. I might adjust this and move this in this way a little bit, just so all this kind of stays within the plated region. But we're not there, and I probably need to build it as is first and then modify it later. Okay, you know what, let's finish up this direction right here, and then we'll call it. Okay, we'll call it after that. So we've got 1, reinforce this wall right over here, 2 and 3. Okay, so now we'll be on 57. So we'll put that in there. Boom. Put our little minifigures up there. Shaboom. And shaboom. Yeah, looky there. It's about as big as you're going to get with it. It's a smaller build, but again, it totally works. And this is one of those where, like, when I'm part of the KOC program, Lumabricks, chatting with them, and I was like, small builds like this would be great for Cyber City stuff, because we want some small things here and there that's not giant $500, or not a $5, but $130 sets, something $30-$40 range. This one happens to be, I got it on sale for like $22. I'll definitely get it's a Kaya small corner shop. I'll probably get the Med Bay. And if I can get the other one, I'll get it, but those are a little bit more expensive, but it has to be in time, right? So I'll look for them and get them as I can, because I am definitely going to want to incorporate this into my city. Hey, I thank you all for showing up. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications to be alerted if anything comes from me to you. Like this video, helps you to know what you like and what I'm making, okay? And comment down below, what part of this are you liking? Do you think this would be something that you would incorporate into your city? Do you like the way that they've blocked up things? You know, the fact the minifigs have those ball jointed arms is chef's kiss. That's spectacular stuff. I love it. So yeah, definitely come back and watch the next one. We'll be bringing it the next day, okay? Hey, I thank you all so much for showing up. You want to help out the channel, go down the link, get something out of the shop. I don't think I have any ability to put any of the affiliate links for AliExpress in there, but I'll look, because if I can get that in there, I'll get it in the shop. If not, I got other goodies in the shop, including from Lumabricks. Definitely get something from them, because they're a great company, and all those little sales over time, they do help. I get a small commission, but those commissions, they pad up over time, and maybe I'll get a sample or so that way I can actually look at this, build it, and find out if it's worth the budgeted brick or not, because my whole goal is to make you a better budgeted brick builder. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Hey, I thank you all again for showing up. Thank you so much. Hey, I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build, and happy brick hunting.